Oh, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Seriously, I'm asking. I have no clue. I keep getting asked that question when I watch Nickelodeon in the morning, and I've just no clue. So if anyone can tell me, please forward that to me down in the comments below. It's time to play Ironclad. We've got a Parasite in our deck now, which might actually be a significant help to us. The Ironclad benefits disproportionately from the Duvu Doll extra strength, because obviously the Ironclad synergizes quite well with strength. But on top of that, you have Immolate as an option to burn a curse out of your deck. Losing 8 max HP in order to pick up 250 gold here might be the best option. Just because we've got these two shops super early. Or we could just take the random common relic. Random common relic could be amazing, could be horrible. But 8 max HP in order to choose a relic, I think is what I'm going to be going for. So I'm choosing a relic at one of these camps. I'm actually probably going to hit up both of the shops. Yeah. I'm going to hit up both of the shops, and the primary reason for doing that is if the first shop has nothing that I'm actually interested in at all, I can just ignore it. Go to the next one. And obviously, things like Apotheosis will be highly valued. Okay, triple strike is the kill. Beauty. Cleave, get our first AoE, as much as I want that pommel strike. Okay. Well, I've got good news and bad news. We've got the blue candle, so I can now build an exhaust deck and a curse deck. But if I take that, I can't take double tap. Double tap is amazing. Immolate's amazing as well. It's also worth noting that Juzu Bracelet is also a really good pickup. Not having fights on any question mark is a really, really big advancement. I might actually want to take, like, Juzu and Immolate. Even though I have a curse in my deck, I might just take Immolate as the ability to remove it. And Juzu as the ability to pick up more curses. That seems like a bad idea, though. Maybe I just pass on everything here. Go to the next area. Double tap is ridiculous. Like, all of these relics are fine, but maybe I pass. This is really difficult, because this will just entirely decide the run. And double tap is a ridiculous card. Alright, I'm taking double tap, I'm taking Juzu. Okay, we got a bit more money by this point. Alright, Omamori and Kunai. Kind of sad I can't pick up Omamori anymore. But Feed is an amazing pickup this time. And True Grit is going to be a way to start burning that curse out of my deck. We need to upgrade True Grit as soon as possible, though. Defend 1, double strike, and then double strike next turn kills. Or we can Feed. Hell yeah. Headbutt's a good pickup here, just as a general value card, allowing you to decide the rest of your deck. Sure, we'll bash. Looking for like double tap Feed or something. So I'm not going to be using Feed. I'm just going to be using Feed for the damage right now. I'm going to put the bash back on top of the deck, because we're going to need that vulnerability to apply. Since this just becomes a race pretty quickly. Double tap the bash here. Beautiful. We should now just be able to kill over the course of the next 2 turns. Leave double strike. Excellent. It's a pretty good fight. Toolbox. At the start of each combat, add a random colorless card to your hands. That could easily give us Panache. It could easily give us... Is there any of these that I desperately want to take? Yeah, Thunderclap. Could easily give us Panache. It could easily give us Apotheosis. Other than that, situational what's going to be good. We'll drop the Ancient Potion for the Poison Potion. It's just more useful at the moment. Now, I need to upgrade both True Grit and Feed. I'm going to upgrade Feed first, because getting that extra permanent max HP at every available opportunity is going to be really good for us. Letter Opener, every time you play 3 skills in a single turn, deal 5 damage to all enemies. Okay. I would love to have Thunderclap or Cleave in my hand. I'm in fact gonna drink the potion looking for them. So in my next hand, I'm quite likely to have enough damage to kill this sentry. Then I'm gonna apply that there just to remove the artifacting. I'm gonna have enough damage to kill this sentry, which is why I went for it, because now I can just triple hit it in order to block 9 damage this turn. Okay, and then we'll just headbutt a... What's our deck now? Oh, I can't look at it. Alright, what's gonna be in there? There's gonna be a block, a strike. There's no vulnerability for the next turn on any of the targets. There's not going to be a bash in there. Alright, I guess I just have to put a cleave in. Cleave. Drop normal defend, and I'll start attacking the backline. So 3 strikes kills the sentry and prevents the incoming damage. No good. Alright. We'll be fine, we'll be fine. That backliner is set up for a feed to kill. I'm gonna put a blind back on top of the deck. Really want to get a feed off here. Hopefully I get it in this hand. That's unfortunate. Hey, there we go. Pair, raise your max HP by 10. Beautiful. I think maybe now I take an uppercut. Because I have a double tap, so an upgraded double tap upgraded double tap uppercut is pretty ridiculous. Panacea. Okay, that could be useful. Alright, that could have gone a lot worse. Double tap uppercut. It's a hell of a lot of damage. Now, I haven't removed Parasite from my deck yet, but with a double tap in my deck, I think I actually do take a Clash, rather. I'd love to go question mark, question mark, question mark, but there's another elite here. Purity. Whee! I think it's like Thunderclap, Headbutt, Defend. No, but I'm going to kill you before I go back through my deck, so I may as well go all out in terms of damage, right? Use a feed instead of a headbutt. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not getting back to that part of the deck, so I may as well. See? Pommel Strike is a better pickup here. A little bit more draw, a little bit more damage. Here I'm also going to Purity all 3 of these because I might get back through the deck and I can't play the skills anyway. Double tap uppercut is still worth playing even though I'm going to enrage the enemy. The enemy is now weakened as well. They've taken a ridiculous amount of damage and they're vulnerable this turn. That's really unfortunate for me. Oh, no, wait, never mind. We still have a kill. All right. I thought that getting Clash in that hand was actually going to screw me. I kind of want to take a Hemokinesis just because it's such big damage, but at the same rate, we have so many other aggressive cards at the moment. I'm going to buy no potions here. And we'll get to the camp. We'll smith. And I want to upgrade both double tap and uppercut. But double tap is probably the first one. Okay. Well, this is a really brutal start. Whew, baby. That's a lot of weakness. And defends clash. Left in my deck. There's a True Grit left in there. Discard pile. I think I'm actually just not going to attack, not use my headbutt here. Alright, here we're going to be a little more risky than that. I'm going to use Cleave, Strike, and then True Grit the 50-50 to try and save the feed and lose the Parasite. Oh well. I do want to do some defense here, so I don't want to just double tap the bash, but at the same rate, that's vulnerability for so long. Good thing we had the weakness on the enemy there. Okay, you're down. Probably going to need to apply weakness on the enemy again soon. Good, it didn't burn the uppercut. That's important. We'll actually need to uppercut here to have weakness applied to the next turn. So I take 3 damage this turn, but I prevent 4 this turn. Which is important because we have no defensive cards in this hand. Ouch. It's 12 incoming damage this turn. It's gonna have to be Thunderclap double defend. Don't really have a choice in that one. Alright. I can double tap the clash, so like we're in a good position here. It's a hell of a lot of damage we get to do this turn. I'm just worried if I don't draw, like, lethal next turn. Never mind, I'll draw an attack. I'm not going to need to use the poison potion here. Yeah, there we go. So we just True Grit. And then we double tap. Strike. So that got close. Another double tap? We could go for the extra card draw from the Brutality. But double tap is going to be a huge part of this deck, especially if we want to pick up more clashes and thunderclaps and cleaves. And whirlwind as soon as we get it. Yeah, I'm going to go for the double tap. And here it's probably more important for me to take an energy potion than a dex potion so that I can kill faster. Well, that immediately gets invalidated because we need the extra energy so that we can play a double tap as well as a 2 mana attack and then a 1 mana attack. So we're going to be taking Sozu, which invalidates the prior arguments. Hang on as I figure out my path here. Which invalidates the prior arguments courtesy of the fact that Sozu prevents us from using potions. Secret weapon. All right, what do we want from that? Is there anything we want from that? I'd kind of like to get uppercut. No, you know what I want. This is good. And we're going to headbutt that clash back to the top of the deck. Beautiful. Thunderclap. I mean, I am going to be cleaving anyway, right? Yeah, I am. Alright, I'll use the Pommel Strike first so that I can see if I get feed. I don't. We kill. No. I don't need a second copy of True Grit or Pommel Strike in this deck. And it's way too late to start Searing Blow. Jaxed. This deck would benefit from extra strength. A lot, in fact. There's Apotheosis. Yep. There's also Clash. Take that. We can't fight that many elites on this floor, unfortunately. Heal 32 or add one card. Choose one card. There could easily be something in here ridiculous. Clash. I didn't see a Whirlwind in there. If there was a Whirlwind, then I'm just blind as hell. Well, the good thing about this hand is we're going to be able to burn the Parasite out of our deck really early. Gonna have to throw a weakness potion on the back line. Never mind. Can't do it. Gotta remember that. Got to remember that. Gotta weaken the back line somehow. 21. Beautiful. So we're taking 21 here, but everything else worked out quite well. I'm gonna defend. Clash. Headbutt the Clash back to the top of the deck. Pommel Strike. Clash. Hell of a lot of damage right there. Unfortunately, these are minions, so I can't just feed them. Double tap a strike is 16, and then this is 28, so 16, 28 is 42. Not got lethal. Rough. What if it's 11? So it's 22 and 28. It's 50. Nope, still short on lethal. We're going to double tap Strike and double tap Clash next turn. All right, I need to use... I've got to get rid of those potions. They trick me. $40, 22, 62. Yeah, we've got lethal. Whew. So this is a much more aggressive deck than I usually run with the Ironclad, but that's what worked for us on Ascension 9. Why am I looking at my potions? They don't do anything. They don't work. It is probably worth my while to pick up another Thunderclap because I have no other AoE in the deck right now. Like, I have Thunderclap, I have Cleave, and I have the other Thunderclap, obviously. But when I say I have no other AoE, what I mean is that I am supremely lacking in AoE. Specifically, I don't have Whirlwind, and that makes me a sad boy. Alright. Thunderclap, we'll Clash, and then just kill. There's Whirlwind. Take that. First upgrade has to be Apotheosis. And the rest of our upgrades will just go on cards that we know that we'll play before we get an upgrade for them. Here I can decide whether or not I go for another elite. Losing 5 strikes to gain 5... Yes, I can totally do that. And because of that confidence, we're going to go for this fight. I'm going to throw literally everything back here, just looking for... There we go. Apotheosis, just in case the end of that sentence was not extremely clear. Let's double tap. I kind of want to double tap both of the bites, but Clash is 62 damage for the double tap right now. 62 plus 32. And yeah, we've actually got lethal. But do we have lethal if I just double tap both of the bites? So it's 32, 32, 64. 64 plus 31, 95. And then, yeah, okay, we do. And we want to double tap the bites because that for us is a huge source of healing. Blood Vial at the start of each combat, gain 2 HP. If we'd had that earlier, we would have been able to not lose max HP while picking up those strikes. That would have been lovely. Alright, we're not taking any of those. Give up Ancient Tea Set to get Noloth's treasure. So, this is interesting. I think I have to do this because I really, really, really want to pick up specifically the offering. Ancient Tea Set, I'm actually getting a lot more appreciation for recently. It allows you to set up so well on your first turns, but the gambling chip is too important. We can't throw that away. But this will give me a much higher likelihood of being able to pick up things like upgrade strikes and defense. Nope, remove a card. We're going to remove that parasite. This is going to give us a much higher chance of being able to get things along the lines of... Should probably keep a dramatic entrance, actually. Oh. Well, this is a good opener. I kind of don't even want a whirlwind here. Hey, there's the apotheosis. Beautiful. It's going to give us more likelihood to get things like the offering, and offering is ridiculous. Now I'm wondering if my second double tap goes on to headbutt so that I can put a double tap back on top of my deck. Yes. We want a double tap back on there. And let's get a clash in there as well. Good. Defend, double tap. Oh, both of the clashes, and that's lethal. I should have used a bite before I started the double tapping. Would have given us full HP at the end of that fight. Whenever you add a skill card to your deck, it's immediately upgraded, and there's a limit break. That's something I've been thinking about, right? Limit break, again, is another one of the rare cards. Noloth's Gift triples the chance of receiving rare cards as monster rewards, and Toxic Egg whenever you add a skill card to your deck, it is upgraded. As well as Blood Vial at the start of each combat, heal 2 HP. If you're wondering why I'm hovering over the tooltips when I explain this, it is because of a very, very helpful and insightful comment left by Nico about basically ways in which to communicate information better in kind of a teaching circumstance. Limit Break is interesting because it would work since we have Jax, and we benefit disproportionately from extra strength. Speaking of, we will always be playing Jax as soon as we see it, so it's one that we should upgrade here. Dark Shackles is good. We want to save that for later. This is a slightly unfortunate opener for us. Let's double tap that Thunderclap. And then this Clash can kill someone. And that Headbutt is going to put a probably double tap back on top of the deck. Because we still have Cleave in there, I believe. Unless we threw that away in the opening hand. We do have Cleave, by the way. Double tap. Thunderclap. And we'll double tap the Cleave. We also could have double tapped the feed there, actually. Would have been a completely reasonable thing to do. Double tap and gain 12 HP by biting the ever-loving hell out of the Collector. We've unfortunately been debuffed. I should have considered using the Ancient Potion there to lessen the effect of that debuff. And when I say I should have considered, I definitely should have just done that. Yeah, the 231s in a row are really, really rough. I don't know if we can even win this anymore. So the vulnerability would have been the one that was affected by the artifacting. Yeah, without some sort of ridiculous draw. We need, like, Dark Shackles right now. Alright, let's dig for it. Nope. You have to weaken you at least. Gain 6 blocks. Not gonna be enough. It's really rough. Let's try that again. If I just used that artifacting, I couldn't have used the artifacting potion, Sozu. We were dead in that fight anyway. Out of those options, those don't even connect. That's really rough. I think we're just gonna have to take the upgrade and upgrade Bash really early. It's gonna help us in a lot of these early fights. You were supposed... What? Hang on. This guy was moved out of the easy pool. You shouldn't have been here. This guy's not supposed to be in this this enemy pool right now. Oh, great. Thanks. No defense on this turn. Good gosh. Take another Clash. Clash actually super overperformed in the last couple episodes. Clash is going to be killing that Acid Slime in the front line, actually. Because I've already had... Beautiful. Because I've already had my Parasite, so I knew Clash was going to be active as soon as I picked it up. Cleave, get our first AoE. Double defend, and I'll Clash for an insta-kill there. Meaning that I take no damage this turn. Beautiful. I kind of want to take a second Cleave. Let's immediately remove the Parasite so that Clash is always active. We'll Smith to... In fact, we'll Smith to upgrade Clash. Because that's better against all but the Sentinels as our first upgrade. We are going to need to throw this, because if we get Defends in the same hand as Clash, we need to play the Defends. Beautiful. My next hand is going to have Bash, Strike, Clash. Hopefully it doesn't have a Defend in it. Beautiful. Bash, Clash, Cleave. Blue Candle. Curse cards can now be played. Alright. Alright. Got a much more curse-orientated deck right now. I actually really like Spot Weakness. I just find it really difficult to work it into play, but out of those cards, sure, I'll take it. And now we'll upgrade both of our Clashes. Vajra, an amazing pickup. At the start of each combat, gain 1 strength. We'll choose this path. Mummified Hand. Whenever you play a power, a random card in your hand costs 0 for the rest of the turn. More incentivized to take powers now. Beautiful. There's our first Cleave. I can probably kill this frontliner next turn. I mean, I can. If Spot Weakness was upgraded, I'd be able to kill it with just 1 strike. Here, I should probably just double strike defend. Save myself some HP. Beautiful. Because I don't think the extra strength in the long run was going to make a difference. Turns out it would have. Cleave. Easy. Bronze Scales, whenever you take damage, deal 3 back. Not that good. Let's take a copy of Headbutt, again, for manipulating cards. We need to rest here, unfortunately. Just a little too low on HP after that fight. Clash. Headbutt the Clash back to the top of the deck. Cleave. Strike. I could save 11 HP by throwing an Explosive Potion here. Yeah, we're going to do that. This early without... you know what? I actually might take Fire Breathing. Because it'll make another card in my hand cost 0 for the rest of the turn, and it upgrades to cost 0 itself, so it's actually kind of like a mana acceleration thing. And when I say mana, I mean energy. It's just I conflate the two terms because... Okay, so Clash is good. Shockwave, amazing. Dual wield in a deck that has Clash? Fucking insane. That said, we only have one Clash right now. Do I still dual wield? No, I take the Clash. Now that I've got 2 Clashes, I would take the dual wield though. And we'll upgrade Fire Breathing. Again, we're going with a more aggressive deck style here. I do need to just go all out damage here, unfortunately. And we'll headbutt to put the Cleave AoE back on top of the deck. Beautiful. We are going to have some difficulty in some of these parts here. Because we are going to need to still put out damage, despite the fact that it's going to cause us to take a bunch. Because if we stop dealing damage, we're just going to die. 7/7 is 21, and then plus the Fire Potion is 41. We're going to be just short of being able to pop the Guardian anyway. So instead, I'm going to upgrade myself and defend. Oh, he would have popped himself. Damn, that's my bad. That's my bad. All right, we'll bash. We'll clash and we'll blow your house down. I'm going to headbutt back to the top of the deck. A bash. Next hand, we're going to bash defend. Because we need to keep that vulnerability going. And I'm hoping that I draw some defense this turn. 1 defense is enough. We're still alive. Spot weakness. Clash. Clash. Easy win. What do you mean it wasn't an easy win and we only got away on 1 HP? That's easy. Easy one. 1 HP win. We'll take a limit break. Berserk itself also upgrades to be 0 cost and then could be used as mana acceleration for us with a Mummified Hand. But if it starts working for us regularly, we're in a fucking horrible position. We can't take Mark of Pain, unfortunately, because if we take Mark of Pain, we're going to have too many wounds in the deck. Or rather, we're going to have 2 wounds in the deck, and that's going to invalidate the ability to use these clashes. Because the blue candle only allows me to play curses, not wounds. If I take the Pandora's Box, it's too likely that I transform these into so many skills or expensive powers that I would then invalidate my ability to play the clashes. So that's a little too risky because it actually could fuck my deck archetype at the moment rather than just transform into something not good. So I'm going to take a tiny house. Upgraded to Cleave, pretty good. We got a Strength Potion, pretty good. And then we got a lot of other stuff that I can't really take. Flame Barrier is too expensive. Because I need to be able to play all of the skills in my hand and then start clashing. Alright, let's go. Go for the Cleave. And defend. Clash. Gosh, life is hard for us. I think I'd take a True Grit upgraded. I think it's good enough that we need to take it. If only I could just fully defend this turn. Alright, I'm actually going to throw a firebomb in this frontliner, so you're only going to hit me once before you blow up. Then the rest of them are going to deal 12 damage to me. Whew. We need some more ways to heal. Upgraded Shrug It Off, we'll take that as well. As much as I want to get 2 question marks, I'm going to go to a shop because it's entirely possible we find something like meat on the bone. Reaper is a way to heal. We need double taps in this deck. Like, they're desperately needed. We could take Darkstone Periapt, but even then, increasing our max HP by 6 every time we obtain a curse, if we're not, like, definitely going to obtain a curse constantly, is pretty low. Alright, can I take 446 and then 100? No, okay, cool. I can't. I really wanted to take Toxic Egg plus Secret Weapon there. I might actually skip Reaper here. No, I can't do that. Reaper is going to be too important as a healing target. I wanted to take Toxic Egg, Secret Weapon, Ghostly Armor. So Ghostly Armor would have been 13 block just by itself. But then on top of that, Secret Weapon would lose Exhaust, so I'd just be able to use it to fish for, usually Clash, I have to imagine. We're doing it still. So Toxic Egg, by the way, Tiny House was obtain a potion, gain 30 gold, raise your max HP by 5, obtain a card, upgrade a random card. So it's not really that powerful, it's just like a one-time bonus. And Toxic Egg is whenever you add a skill card to your deck, it is upgraded. So that's why we had to buy it before we got Secret Weapon and Ghostly Armor, which both upgraded themselves, putting them into our deck. And Secret Weapon lost Exhaust is what it got from the upgrade. Should have headbutt first. I didn't want to put that strike back on top of my deck. Man. Secret Weapon looking for another cleave. We just double cleave. True Grit the defend out of our hands. Beautiful. Another clash. It's the only way we're going to win these elite fights. One down. We just need to be all out aggressive here and hope we draw our clashes. There's a clash. Put a upgraded Clash back on top of the deck. Fire Breathing, Bash, Clash. Good. Alright, Red Mask. At the start of each combat, apply 1 weak to all enemies. That's actually going to be really, really powerful for us. I'm wondering if I take Reckless Charge here, just to have some extra damage to put out. No. We'll take a Shrug It Off. It's going to upgrade itself. We can't put more skills in our deck at this point. We're going to not be able to play our Clashes when we need to. Okay, let's gain 2 energy. It's going to be Bash, Clash, Headbutt that Clash back to the top of the deck, and then Clash the front line. Thankfully, due to the red mask, everyone here is weakened significantly on the first turn, so we actually had like a reasonable chance to get a lot done there. Unfortunately, we were also weakened. Prevented us from getting the kill there. Fire Breathing, Shrug It Off, Double Strike. Alright, Matryoshka. The next 2 chests we open will contain 2 relics. I'll take another Ghostly Armor. We'll rest at this camp. I need some more energy generation as well. That's going to be really important for us. So this is what I'm worried about. Now I'm not going to be capable of playing Clash this turn, which is just terrifyingly sad for us. Thankfully, though, we did get enough block there to actually save our ass. I need to stop myself from being weakened, so unfortunately one of my ghostly armors is going to exhaust itself here. Leave the headbutt there in order to put a Clash back on top of the deck. Take a bunch of damage. Then we can start dealing some back ourselves. All right. Spot weakness. Secret weapon looking for another Clash. I mean, look, if we don't kill the Gremlin Leader right now, we're dead. So it's just time to throw all of the damage there, which is enough to kill. Beautiful. Fire breathing added enough for that to be the death. Champion Belt. Whenever you apply vulnerability, also apply 1 week. Now, one of the biggest pickups that we can make in this entire game is going to be for... we'll actually take an upgraded Havoc here. One of the biggest pickups that we can now make is going to be the Thunder Wave, Thunderclap. Tiny chest, you gain 30 gold. You're 10% more likely to find treasure in question mark rooms, and old coin is you gain 300 gold. So now we need to go to our next shop as a priority. We also need to rest here, unfortunately. The fact that we keep having to rest is going to really come back to bite us. Unfortunately, I don't have the energy to play a bash this turn. Would have been really handy. Alright. I'm going to drink a block potion here for 12 block. Good. Hell of a lot of damage we put out there. Anchor, start each combat with 10 block is a really, really good pickup for us. We are now below half HP almost all the time, so I will take a Berserk. Too often these clashes aren't playable. Picked up too many ghostly armors and shrugs it off. Or shrug it offs, rather. Alright. Let's dig to take that clash. Shrug it off. Limit break. Clash, clash, strike, headbutt. One of those extra clashes back to the top of the deck. Time to take some damage. See, without double tap and the bites, this is where we were going to end up. Again, we're going to have to rest at this, and probably at the next one as well. Which is almost going to guarantee that when we get to this boss, we're just not going to have enough damage to do anything. Because we won't have enough upgraded cards. Yep. We don't really kill fast enough either. Well, damn. Can't say I didn't try. Well, I mean, I guess you can, but you'd be lying to yourself. And to me. And please. Please. I could have taken both of the war cries that were offered beforehand. I almost certainly should have as well. I forgot that I had Toxic Egg. The correct play would have been taking both of those war cries and then using them to manipulate clashes or other skills back to the top of my deck. Okay. We managed to apply weakness there. That's always handy. I'm gonna have to True Grit the defend out of our deck, because if we don't go all offensive all the time, we're just gonna die. We're not gonna be able to defend against like an execute later on, unfortunately. Let's put a Clash back on top of the deck. I have a free shot Feudal Weakling. Don't mind if I do. Clash, headbutt that same Clash back to the top of the deck. Strike. Yeah, now he does his self buff. Unfortunately, I keep getting spot weakness on the exact wrong turn. Really extremely unfortunate. Could have just used both of those ghostly armors to prevent them from burning themselves out of my deck. I don't know if that would even make a significant difference in our survival rating here, because, yeah, that's a lot of incoming damage that we're not going to be able to stop. We have to take a bash so that we can weaken the enemy right now. I could have had 2 more block if I used the Dex Potion earlier there, but it wasn't going to stop us from dying there. Using both of those ghostly armors probably could have given us another turn, but all it would have taken is him getting to his next turn for an execute, unfortunately. So, double tap. Ridiculous card. Ridiculously amazing card. Clash, I've been undervaluing heavily. Even though we start with a Parasite in our deck, Clash is a really, really good pickup that I should be making every time that I have the available option to do so. Juzu Bracelet is ridiculous because it's going to make it much more likely that I just get all of the events that I want, including the ability to get the bites. I think if you want to win with the Ironclad, you're gonna have to start going more aggressive. Or rather, I'm saying you, but I mean me. I think if I want to win with the Ironclad, I'm gonna have to go more aggressive than I have typically in the past, because that was closer to a win than a lot of Ironclad runs where I try and manage my defense at the same time, and oh no, I've died. I've died. I need to be able to blow up the enemies before they blow me up. Until then, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we will see you next time, Rishi.